Hey everyone, there has been plenty of speculation on the identity of the 24th hero, and there's been a lot of action that's happened on the PTR and on Twitter, so I'm going to get you up to speed what's happening on the Overwatch universe. With the release of Sombra late last year, Blizzard released an ARG, an alternate reality game, that was truly a debacle of epic proportions. The ARG had some indecipherable items that led to multiple dead ends. The sky is something! The skull leads to a skull! And the worst part of all, it actually led to a countdown that changed 4 times before it finally settled on BlizzCon, which they finally released Sombra, which everybody knew was going to happen. So it was like the least epic announcement at BlizzCon. Everybody kind of knew it was going to happen. It was good. I mean, a new hero, a new 23rd hero was kind of cool. But everybody was kind of like, this seems cool, the hacking mechanic seems cool. And to this day, we're still suffering from the problem that they keep on trying to balance and move things around, and they're not too sure on how they're going to actually rebalance Sombra. Now, with the 24th hero, we've reached the peak point of annoyance, with many just going, just give me the bullet points. So we're going to go over a quick timeline of how things have been so far. First of all, before we can get into anything, we have to go over what or who is Doomfist. Well, it's this guy, or maybe it's this guy, or maybe this guy. It isn't the only mention of Doomfist, though. In the original Overwatch cinematic trailer... Whoa.
Doomfist's gauntlet!
We see that Widowmaker and Reaper are trying to steal Doomfist's gauntlet from the museum. And when you're at New Bonnie, inside the payload, you are actually escorting Doomfist's gauntlet to the museum. In the trailer, the boy says,
"Oh man, they said he could level a skyscraper."
So, why did everyone go bonkers for Doomfist? Well, 3 months ago, on November 17th, Reddit user Sleepy Ricky posted a thread on the Overwatch subreddit, "If Doomfist becomes a hero, I'd be so hyped if Terry Crews voice acted for him." 4 days later, apparently Terry Crews himself responded with a thread, "I would love to play Doomfist!" And his caps, not mine. This led to the spark of destruction that the Overwatch subreddit, where people could post their ideas and started grabbing locations and things and posting ideas that if another arc started up. To further compound all of this, on December 17th, Terry Crews visited Blizzard HQ. Then, on February 3rd, Yahoo Esports posted a video, "Watch Terry Crews in a mock edition for Overwatch's Doomfist," where he spouted out random lines that may be in Overwatch.
"This is Terry Crews for Doomfist. First came the savior, the scourge, the successor. Me? I'm this."
Now, with all of this evidence, you think, oh yeah, he's gonna play Doomfist. That's definitely going to be the next hero. But there's got to be a little bit of a brakes on that thing. First of all, the timing, it may not just be right, but apparently with the recent stuff, they've accelerated the process. As of writing, they have released several things that have made it a little bit more prevalent that Doomfist is coming out. It may not be Terry Crews, they may have sparked someone else to do so, and it may still be Doomfist, but it may not be in the perspective that we all have been thinking. See, the problem that I had with Terry Crews being Doomfist is that if Doomfist is going to be released in the next week or so, they would have had to accelerate through a very arduous process, and Terry Crews would have had to make a lot of time in his busy schedule. One visit to Blizzard HQ is not going to give him a full voice line session. They probably would have to bring him back multiple times, which, from all apparent reasons, he's only been there once. That's not enough time. And also, from all of the hype that they put around it, it seems it was just a let's see what you think kind of stuff, or just kind of bringing some hype. Taking pictures of Terry Crews in front of Overwatch lights the subreddit alive and makes everybody talk about Overwatch, which is a good business move. But you have to remember, he's a really, really busy guy. He's an ambassador for the Polaris Project, which is a non-profit organization that works to combat and prevent modern-day slavery and human trafficking. They're very successful so far, so you should check them out. He's also an actor on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Where's the Money, and Sandy Wexler, and he's currently a host on Ultimate Beastmaster, all of which are now in post-production. And you're probably going, well, post-production means he's probably not doing anything, and that's not really true when it comes to post-production. There are frequently a lot of times in post-production where they will have to bring people back, which may mean that he is sparked to have to go back to the studio to either redo some lines, maybe do some voiceovers, or make some changes as they found in editing and put things on the cutting room floor. Not to mention that there's actor logistics, but also programmer logistics. Jeff Kaplan, the game director from Overwatch, has stated multiple times,
we're working on multiple new heroes.
and this makes sense. I'm a developer, and so when I build something, I may have a list of like 9,500 things that I want to actually make. But I'll eliminate it down to, well, what can I do in the time that would actually make it good for whatever I'm trying to produce out there? It's prioritization. It happens with every project, and if you're ever a developer, you kind of understand that. They may have already tasked it to do so, but there's a few things that have to come down the line. They have to record the voice lines, they have to take videos of Terry Crews, they have to scan him into the computer, they have to render the model, they have to adjust a lot of things in order to put him actually in the game. It's not just, okay, alright, well, I just have to speak these lines and I can go, right? No, there are actually a few other circumstances where they have to take video of his face when he's doing it, have him act out some emotes, do some voice lines that they never even thought of after like they get back to it. There's a lot of process that goes into creating the character all the way to putting the character in. Now, they could have been working on it for a little while. I mean, the thing is that Doomfist is not a new thing. It's been in there since the original cinematic trailer. So it may have been something that they have been wanting to put in the works, but they haven't had in the pipeline to finish until now. So it is possible that they got all that way and all they really needed is a voice actor, and Terry Crews popped up and they just quickly did some voice lines to kind of get him in there. Or the entire thing may be just a publicity stunt, and they may task him to do some other thing. Thing with Overwatch, there's many other characters that they can make. It's unlimited the number of characters they can actually add into the game. The other evidence that we have that Doomfist may not be the 24th character, well, while the Overwatch community was all in a tizzy about Doomfist, Jeff Kaplan on February 17th dropped a bombshell on the entire conspiracy theory of Doomfist. He posted, 24 is not who you think it is. Well, that's a pretty big indication that made us all think, well, maybe Doomfist isn't the next character. In order to cement this, the Overwatch blog released an interview with inventor Ify Oladeli. In this blog, they noted that Ify had the same makeup around her eye as the web in the Sombra origin story, which links to the new Bonnie symbol and then to the mechs. The community thinks that the left mech is the mechs that we saw in the Infiltration animated short, which links to Volskaya Industries, which you can see that for the logo on Volskaya. But the mech on the right isn't something that's in the game yet, or has not been posted on any cinematic. This led to a lot of people thinking that the next hero will be a spider mech thing that Ify has built, rather than Ify herself, which is a little bit more plausible. The interesting thing is that people have dug up an early image of Overwatch concept art, and as you can see, we have Torbjorn, Winston, Bastion, Tracer, McCree, Reinhardt, Lucio, Genji, Mercy, and kind of Pharah. Either way, people have pointed to this and said that the red mech will be the 24th, but I find this argument flawed. Where's Biohazard Man, Muscular Mohawk, Random Hatted Mustache Dude, and what are the other two heroes on the right? If you look at this concept art, also a lot of iconics are missing. In fact, if you count Pharah in the background, only 10 of the current 23 characters are included in this concept art. More than likely, this image was crafted off of some definite designs, which is why the characters most prominent in the center are the iconics that everyone recognizes. But it looks like a bunch of the concepts that they really didn't have a final product to put to this image, they just need to really fill the image to make it look like they had a lot of content coming. These characters that you see around the image aren't final products, they're colors to draw your eye from one side to the other. So what will 24 look like? Well, no one has any idea, it's all really speculation. Instead, let's focus on what the character may be. Back on January 9th, a poster on 4chan leaked what so far has been confirmed to actually happen. Lunar New Year was indeed the next seasonal. The post said there was supposed to be a new May origin story, so that either hasn't happened yet, or it's coming up real soon, or it's just been dropped to a later time. But the important thing is that the person claims to say that the next hero will be Ancora, a female omnic quadruped, saying that it'll be another tank, which kind of makes sense. So far, we've gotten a new support, a new offense, and the next character should probably be a defense or tank. If Doomfist is going to be 25th, it could be that they'll put him in the defense category, and Ancora will be in the tank category. Further, as I'm writing this, the official Overwatch Twitter released this image. The interesting part is that it was released by Effie, as we can see in the bottom right corner, where something kicked the bots into the wall. This has made myself and many others think that the new hero may have some kind of knockback ability, or that there's another theory going around. The other theory going around is that Doomfist will not be the 24th character. Instead, Doomfist will be the next villain, akin to something that may be something similar to Junkenstein's Revenge, where we may get another PvE event, which would be very interesting. The other thing is that it may just happen that Ancora has a knockback ability, which that would kind of be interesting. As it stands, it looks like we're getting some kind of resolution to the entire Doomfist argument. It's something very interesting that I'm very looking forward to. But one thing that has also been delayed is that we haven't gotten anything from the PTR onto the live servers in the last 3 weeks. Usually, consistently, how the PTR has been going is they release a build on the PTR and then 2 weeks it makes it onto live. There's been a few exceptions on this, but in a majority of circumstances, 2 weeks has been the norm. Now, we're about to reach the 4th week on the PTR with 1.8 sitting on there. We've all been waiting for custom games, but they haven't made it into the build for the final servers yet. Either they've been having problems with custom games, or they're waiting to come up with Doomfist, which it seems the latter is correct. As you can see, they've changed the landscape of Numbani. There are 3 specific places that they have changed. The first is the attacker spawn. As you notice that it correctly matches what has happened on the image that was Numbani that was released on the Overwatch Twitter. All of the bots around the area are completely destroyed, with one pushed into the wall with a lot of force. Second, the Doomfist gauntlet is gone. In fact, when you are escorting the payload on Numbani now, you're now escorting an empty payload. Kind of doesn't make sense, but I guess whatever. But the museum has been changed. No longer is the gauntlet schematic in the actual circle. It's gone. Everything else is still the same, but the gauntlet schematic is gone. So we're looking at something to do with Doomfist coming up here soon. They always release changes on Tuesday, so we're expecting something to happen either on Monday or Tuesday, because Tuesday is patch day. So now you're up to speed with Overwatch and the 24 conspiracy. No, not that conspiracy! Whatever. Anyways, thanks for watching, and if you're interested on getting more up-to-speed videos in the future, please leave a comment. Thanks, guys. Bye.